Hello! It's Feel Good Friday! Welcome to my new home! Oh my God, my life is crazy. I don't know if you've been following along on my Facebook, but wow, it's wild how fast life can change. So we're gonna start with Evocize number 1, because wow. I don't know if you're new here, prop up your phone and get your hands free. And we're going to start with an exercise on how to lower your stress. And I got plenty of it. And I'm evocizing all day long. Ready? So it does help if you kind of rub your hands together first. And then put your fingers on your temples. And press deeply and make circles there, doesn't matter what direction. And then move those circles with that same pressure back towards your ears. And now the back of your ears, where your ears and your head hook together, keep that going down till your fingers kind of fall in a hole. And then drag that down your throat past your collarbone, maybe a couple of times. And now just stop for a minute with your eyes closed and rest. And notice how you feel. Don't you feel better? I bet you took a deep breath. I know I did. So, lots of deep breath moments in my life these days. If you haven't heard, I bought a house and it is a serious fixer-upper. And that thing that I just said about, take a deep breath, there's been the ancient spiritual teachers and the new self-help gurus and stuff, they all say, take a deep breath and think good thoughts is the way to get rid of your stress. But that's not physiologically possible, because when you're stressed, your nervous system's in fight or flight, your blood flows at the back of your head, which is all about past and future. And not 1 minute of it's in present time. And you act without thinking when you're in that state. The other physiological response to stress is rapid, shallow breathing to get more oxygen to your muscles so you can run really fast or fight really hard, right? And so think good thoughts and take a deep breath is not physiologically possible when you're stressed. Or it takes so much discipline that we just don't have. The 40 years to go live in a cave to get the discipline possible to do that. However, if you do anything that feels good, like rubbing around your ears and dragging it down your throat, that instantly puts your nervous system into rest and digest. And the blood flow, physiological response is the blood flow comes to the front of your brain where conscious thought happens. And it automatically slows down your breath. I would bet dollars to donuts that when you did the Evocize, you took an involuntary deep breath. I didn't say, now take a deep breath. It just is a physiological response. And something that feels good could be anything, any kind of stretch, any kind of self-massage, just reaching down and pretending like you got a scratch on your ankle will change your nervous system into rest and digest. Whew, I'm needing that a lot. Example, how do you like my new tape measure and my new duds? This is the new me. I'm right now in the process of cleaning. But I went to Home Depot and to Lowe's and I looked at every single tape measure they had, and they're all just in the English Standard measurement. But I've lived outside of the country for 14 years, and I think in metric. And so guess what? I was at Dollar Tree yesterday, and for $1, I got a tape measure that's in both metric and English, and it has this handy dandy button on the side so the tape will stay out. I've got cuts all over my fingers from old tape measures that don't have breaks on them. It's a learning curve, right? All of this is a learning curve. Excuse me. So buying a new house, and I am completely renovating it. And I'm also going through a bunch of medical stuff. I hadn't had insurance for all the time I was in Mexico, and so now I am giving my insurance a workout. I've had, mammography, I've had pap smears, I've had blood tests, I had a pulmonary function test that was one of the hardest moments of my whole life. I had an upper endoscopy. I've had last week, I had a camera go up my nose and down my throat because I've had a chronic cough since I was in my 20s, and so I'm putting my insurance to work trying to figure it out. I go to a pulmonologist next, but in the meantime, I also went to a dermatologist and got a bunch of stuff burned off a couple weeks ago, and then I went this last week, and 2 of the biopsies, the one on my nose and the one on my chin, came back as positive for skin cancer. It's not dangerous or anything like that. But of course I have to have it out, and I have to have it out now. So I've got a crew coming to sand my floors. It's got beautiful hardwood floors all through the main level of the house. And I've got a crew coming to sand down the floors and refinish them first week of June. And so in the meantime, I need to paint the entire inside of the house. I mean, you just can't even believe how dirty these walls are. And so my first job is to clean them all. Second job is to retexture this room and then paint the ceiling, all the walls, Lily, and all the rooms on this floor before they come to sand the floors 1st of June. And I thought, no problem, I got a month to do all that. Not so. Evocize, 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 evocize. I'm having my first surgery on my nose on Tuesday, and I can't do anything for a week. And then the following Tuesday, I'm getting this one taken off. And the surgery's, it's not that big of a deal. They're not even going to put me out. I'm not worried about the surgeries really at all. But what's going to be really hard is spending 2 full weeks doing nothing, knowing that I have all this to do. Wow. So anyway, that's life. That's how things are. It seems like my life was going pretty smooth there for a while, and now it's still smooth. There's just a lot more going on. And so that's why I'm so grateful for my Feel Good Way, because I need it just as much as anybody else. And that's how I discovered it, was because I really needed it. And for those of you who aren't really familiar with my Feel Good Way, it's not just about stress, it's also about chronic pain. And one of the things that I teach in my full workshops and coaching is the concept that our bodies are out of balance. And one of the things is that because we have a dominant side that we use for everything, is that side is literally stronger. And so that's why little old people aren't bent over like this, they're bent over like this, because literally the muscles on your dominant side are stronger. You've got all these bones that go down the center of you, and if the torque is pulling everything this way and this side is weak, you get to a certain age and it starts to go. And that's when I start getting people on my table saying, oh my God, I just went to do something and my back went out. And my answer to that is, it didn't just go out. It's been coming for a long time. So one of the tricks that I teach my students is to, when you're doing things, switch sides. And so for example, I'm using these gloves a lot, and this is my non-dominant hand, and this is my dominant hand. And so that heart that I drew on there reminds me, oh, wait, don't do all this scrubbing with that hand, do it with the other hand. And ideally, you do it with the non-dominant hand, but the dominant hand can still be there because it kind of completes an energy circuit, right? And so when I'm cleaning, I do it like this. And if that last stubborn part won't come off with my left hand, because, you know, it's not as strong and it's not as coordinated, then you can get that last little piece with your dominant hand, because it is better at doing things because it's got a lot more practice. And so these are some of the tricks that I really do this stuff. I really do this stuff. I'm not just talking about it. I'm not just trying to get you to do it. I do it too. So I thought today for our dance party, oh, somebody's got a vacuum cleaner going. I thought today for our dance party I might give you a little tour of my house. I've got so before I was a deadhead, I was a head. I was a Talking Heads fan. And so that's what we're gonna do today. This is one of my if I had to name my top 5 favorite songs of all time, this one would be on it. So, get up out of your chair, yay! And do what I teach you every week. You know, I'm not gonna demonstrate it today. Today I'm gonna flip the camera and I'm gonna show you my house. Bet you didn't know that there was a pocket for that there, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna show you the main floor. This is the living room. It's got, oh wait, I didn't flip the camera. Oh, I can't flip the camera. Here, we'll do it this way. So there's 2 big windows. I have a contractor coming in June who is gonna take off. I'm gonna get all new windows on this floor. There's a basement too. So this room's gonna get all retextured. This is my living room. And I went and I brought all my portable furniture because I don't have to move, thank goodness, until August 1st. So I'm gonna get all this renovation done before I have to move. So I've got like all this, these are my grandma's card tables and TV trays. And so when they come to sand the floors, I can just fold that stuff up and put it in the basement, right? And so, let's see. This is the kitchen. And like I said, it's getting all new windows, but it's not in too bad a shape. It took a good scrubbing. I spent 4 hours cleaning this stove. 4 kids, 2 dogs, and 2 adults lived in this house before me. So there's a lot to do. And I'm camping out in here. This will be my guest room when it's all said and done. But Lily and I are literally camping, sleeping on the floor. This room will be my office. And bringing the portable furniture really changed everything. And I spent a lot of Thursday getting everything organized. I've been spending a lot of time at Home Depot and Lowe's. Here's the bathroom. So this is an example. So it had one of those sliding shower door things in here. And I hate those. So that was the first thing I did. Actually, the first day I owned the house, I ripped that out. And then, look at you. Hi, it's Feel Good Friday, come on. Go around to the other side. I've got a visitor at my new neighbors here. We were just about to do a tour of the outside. Welcome, this is my friend Machen. She's my closest neighbor. Can you believe it? And Lily's happy. Good morning. We're almost done with the video. I'm just going to show the outside.
Okay.
Just do this. So I don't have screen doors, so I have to put up stuff to keep Lily in. And then, so this is the outside of the house. It's going to get a complete makeover starting mid-June. They're going to replace all the windows. They're going to replace the fascia, put in gutters, and they're going to build me a little porch roof over this, take off all the siding, re-side it, and paint it. So that's going to take a couple weeks. And then it's got this little thing in the back that's not a garage. It's not big enough to be a garage. My car doesn't fit in it, which I didn't know until I bought the house. So anyway, it's also got a separate entrance to the basement. Maybe I'll show you that another day. And that's good news for a couple reasons. One reason is that makes it a separate entrance, and I can have my massage studio down there. So, by the way, we're in Soap Lake, Washington, right smack dab in the middle of Washington State. It's desert out there, which means hot, dry summers, which is what I grew up with, so I think that's how life should be. And there's a healing lake here, which I used to have a spa here. I've got a lot of history here. So anyway, the other thing about the separate entrance to the basement is it used to be a separate apartment. So between the three entrances that I have, I can have 3 different apartments if I want someday. So it's a good investment. Anyway, mwah, mwah, mwah. I love you, and I'm so grateful to have you on this journey. I'm not sure I would have got my hair washed today if I wasn't going to be on my video. Mwah, mwah. Anybody want to come help me paint? I'll be here doing just that. Okay, adios.